Hello, I'm Liu Borga. Together with my colleagues Remy and Conchita D'Ambrosio, we tracked the dynamics of poverty and inequality in Luxembourg during the COVID-19 pandemic. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Luxembourg government has implemented several restrictions, such as strict social distancing measures and closure of non-essential businesses to slow down the spread of the disease. At the same time, the government also adopted a large fiscal stimulus package to help maintain businesses and jobs. These measures, however, may have economic costs that are felt differently among different people. In this paper, we investigate the impact of the pandemic and the lockdown measures on poverty and inequality in Luxembourg. The data for this study come from 3 interviews with individuals in Luxembourg in March, June and October 2021. The sample is nationally representative and the interviews were conducted in collaboration with TNS ILRES. The median equalized income in our survey is 3,600 euros in January 2021, and the corresponding at-risk of poverty rate is 16%. We observe only a modest movement in the income distribution in the subsequent months. To measure income poverty, we compute 2 well-known measures. The first index is the headcount ratio, which measures the incidence of poverty. The second index is the poverty gap ratio, which measures the intensity of poverty. We find that in the early months of 2021, when lockdown restrictions were still in place, poverty levels were much higher, especially for the unemployed, women, and people with low education levels. The poverty levels declined later along with the reopening of the economy. Similarly, we compute 2 measures of inequality, the Gini coefficient and the tail index. The Gini coefficient measures the dispersion of income over a distribution. The closer the Gini coefficient is to 1, the greater the inequality in the income distribution. The tail index measures the distance the population is away from the ideal egalitarian state of everyone having the same income. A higher tail index implies higher inequality. We find that inequality increased in Luxembourg between January and April 2021, but it slightly decreased in June 2021. We observe that government support to some vulnerable groups has contributed to the reduction in inequality. Our results call for a targeted policy response to support vulnerable groups. This paper is published as part of the 2020 Panorama Social report by the Chambre des Salariés Luxembourg. Thank you for watching.